Hi ladies, it's Muriel from the Cooper House. I wanted to show you these two Shabby Chic cards I made this morning. My plan was to make 4, but if you remember, I have a birthday party I need to go to at 3 o'clock, so we're really pressed for time, so I was just able to get 2 out. But basically, they are my Sunday Shabby Chics. I used the paper collection from the Butterfly collection via Pink Paisley. 12 by 12 paper pack, beautiful papers, very shabby chic. Lots of greens, blues, hints of pink, grays, flowers, birds, bird cages. Just a beautiful selection of papers. And these cards are mounted on the corrugated cards that I purchased from Michael's. So the card is a 5.5 by 5.5 card. I use 2 sheets of the designer paper. The first layer is a 1/4 inch shorter than the card, and then the second layer is a 1/4 inch shorter than the first layer, if you understand what I mean. And I distress all around the edge. And then I just began to pull out some lace. This lace here, and I glued that on the bottom. I picked up this lace from scrapbook.com. It's the Fancy Pants, and it had 3 different laces on it, and I used the one on the bottom. Very, very creamy, yellowy. After that, I pulled out some trim that I had purchased at Joann's, and it's really see-through here, and it was just this flower attached to it. So it kind of had 1 flower and then the lace and then 2 flowers, and so I just kind of cut it off at a certain point, and I sewed these buttons on the vacant spot here. There's a chipboard piece here that I painted with some acrylic paint and did some embossing on it, and then just attached a button at the bottom here. And then that kind of wrapped around the second layer of paper. These 2 banners here are cut out and inked with some Wild Honey Distress ink and attached here. This banner here is from Making Memories. I picked it up. It's actually from this collection. As you'll see, it's very colorful. But I just wanted this saying love with the 2 or the 3 birds. So it was attached to this green piece. So I just ripped that off and was just able to get the piece I wanted, which is the top layer. Put some dimensionals and popped it up here. The Tim Holtz bird. He was covered with some paper from a novel book I have. I purposely bought the book just to rip the pages out or to use them. So I did that and distressed him too with some Wild Honey ink. And this is cut out from the collection, a cute little angel baby, so to speak. And then these little clear balls here, I purchased from my local scrapbook store. And I know you ladies have them. You probably have them in a larger size, but I'll show you how they... Here they go. This room is a mess. So there was just, you can purchase however many you want. So I just grabbed a handful and put them in the bag. And they're almost like epoxy, but they don't have any stickiness to the back of them. So what I did was just put a dab of hot glue and just put them throughout the card. And then for the eye of the bird, I just kind of inked it with a little black ink. And on the inside, I double papered it. Reason being is because I had placed my handmade tag on the back, and when I lifted it up, it was on the wrong side. So I was forced to cover inside and out and the bottom half. And then I just used a chair stamp that I had here to mimic the chair there. So the other card is very much similar. I'm making these cards now in 2s. Therefore, you know, I have one. If I give it away, I still have another one that's similar. But same thing, from the same paper pack, the same trim at the bottom, the banners, a little different buttons. These are from Jolie Boutique, and the rest are just from Close to My Heart and just some from my stash. The banner here, I did the same thing. It had a pink backing, and I just ripped that off and used just the part I wanted, which says, "These things remind me of you." And here is a chipboard heart. Same thing, painted it with some buttercream acrylic paint, and then went over it with some embossing powder and just tied a bow around it with some twine. And there's the bird and some more of those little acrylic baubles, we'll call them. And then here's a picture that I cut out from the collection of like a woman standing in the garden. And same thing. I used a sticker here I purchased from the Glitz. It's a cardstock sticker. You ladies probably have this, but it's from Glitz. Lace with Grace Journaling. So it can be a journaling tag. For me, it's just going to be decorations. And at the bottom there is a rose from a stamp. And again, on the back, the handmade, made by hand twill piece of material. So I thought they came out really well. And while I have your attention, I wanted to show you the other day when I purchased these beads, I didn't quite open them up to show you what they look like. They were from Michael's, and they were like $3.99. So inside, there were a black bag of them. There were these black ones here. And like I told you, ladies, I'm going to be making my stick pins. Then there was this really cute iridescent. And they're all black. And then there were these. These are huge. I wouldn't put these on a stick pin, but I would certainly maybe use one on a mini album or within a project. And then it was this strand, which they almost appear to be rubbery or like leathery, but cute, with two clear strands in between. And here's some more flower ones that are iridescent on one side. So they're black on one side, and then the other side has that really cute shiny look. And then there is a square style that are iridescent as well. And you know, these strands you can purchase from Bead Gallery at Michael's, and each strand is like $3.99. So, and this is just enough. So it's a variety. And then this one here is my favorite shape. I don't know if that's pear shape or I don't know what that is, but it's beautiful. So we will definitely have a selection of black beads when we are making our stick pins. And then finally, I did mention that I wanted to be making my own twill. So what I did was I had this piece of, and I showed this before, this was left over from my canvas flowers, not canvas, my muslin flowers that I made. And I had two pieces left over. So I did go to Michael's and purchase the fabric stamp pad, and took one of my stamps to test it and stamped it on there, and it really came out nice. It says to stamp it and then wait for like 3 hours for it to dry. So that's what I'm going to be doing on this muslin material that I have left over, as well as my twill, because I had so much twill ribbon left over. And I pulled out a stamp that I might be using, which says 100% handmade, and then it has these scissors with these cut lines. So I thought I would just stamp these two stamps on the twill and kind of keep that pattern going and see how it looks. So I'm really excited about those two upcoming projects. And I thank you ladies for watching and enjoying these two Shabby Chic cards. If you ladies do have, and I know some of you do have those corrugated cards, they are fabulous to work with. And they come with their own envelope, so that's even perfect. And even I'm thinking to make something this way, because you can see it stands up on its own. So that would be even more beautiful. So ladies, have a good day, and I'm sure I will see you this week with some more projects and ideas. Thanks again.